Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. the I just felt like slinging together a quick little hangout here, just to address a couple of things. I don't normally answer trolls, but there seems to be a resurgence on a couple of old popular claims, and on top of that, just some of the regular things that you know fe trolls say. Um, I'm just gonna just kind of run through a couple of those things, and I just think that's hysterical. Hallusion on Hallihallo. And yes, "hi" does mean shark in German. So, anyway, uh, underneath this video, you wanted curvature. That was the Frankfurt video, which no flat earther has been able to contest, other than to say things get smaller. Um, I got a Servus, yeah, Gouda, Scott, yeah, and all that shit. Anyway, underneath this video here, um, I got a comment, and this was just 10 hours ago. Now these all kind of wind together, so you're gonna love this. Where somebody responded to me on something and said more ad hom bullshit. Okay, more ad hom bullshit. I love it when people say that I ad hom. Okay, I love that. I find that so hysterical. And plus, if you're going to comment, now this was two comments or a few comments prior. If you're going to come to me with Sly Sparkane, typical baller, start with a false argument. Yeah, my opinion of you is already gone. So I don't. I'm not really worried about somebody uh, claiming me to be ad homing and stuff like that. See, I come out of a different school, man. I call a duck, man. I mean, if you're full of shit, I'm gonna tell you that. And if you don't like that, then don't come to my channel. Okay, it's just that easy. I try and give everybody a fair shake, but when you come to me with just stupidity and stuff, then I'm just not gonna do it. Now he makes a claim here, but we'll circle back to that. Now, then under this video, this was the big Eratosthenes redo. I got this guy here. Sorry guys, Eratosthenes was wrong. Sun rays are not parallel or even perfectly straight, which is just hysterical. It is the sun's rays that are curved, not the Earth. Okay, so apparently sun's rays are curved. Now, he brought along with him his own video, and I went and watched the video. And basically, his whole argument is because there is umbra penumbra, and because the sun is a light-emitting object, sun rays can't be parallel. And so, therefore, Eratosthenes is wrong. Now, he decided he was going to go through that whole thing, just completely jacking up Eratosthenes' name. And all this, and I pointed that out to him because he also came at me about ad homing. Now the video that he brought up, I responded to him both on his video and on my channel as well. I said, thank you for disproving all those FEs who believe that umbra and penumbra don't exist. Okay, and we are aware that there are plenty of flat earthers who come up with excuses on the way shadows work. Let's see. And I said, now all you need is a lesson in scale, because he did one of those close range scales showing umbra and penumbra and tried to use that as some kind of a justification for his point. I said, then you'll be fully back on track. Oh, and flubbing the name Eratosthenes not only makes you sound childish, or only makes you sound childish. Grow up. Okay, now that's not an ad hom. That is an observation of the fact that throughout his whole video, he decided he was going to ass up how do you say Eratosthenes, right? So what does he do? He says, oh my, a straw man argument and an ad hom. Sounds like someone is triggered. Now, you see, I love that. Okay, you guys don't realize, many of the people who actually do this with me do realize this, but y'all don't realize how hard I'm laughing when I read your comments. Okay, I mean, really, how hard I am laughing. So calling me triggered just makes me laugh even harder, because what you are actually doing is displaying what your actual goal coming here was. Okay, you just want to piss somebody off. Okay. Okay. And so you got all that, and it's just it's really hysterical to hear somebody says, "Oh, well, he's triggered." No, I ain't triggered. Okay, I am laughing in most cases at you. Okay, and what do you call it? Now his straw man. What do you call it? He tried to say that that no flat earther has ever had anything to say about Umbra and Penumbra, meaning that they didn't have any wild excuses or even say that they didn't exist. Antonio Subarats, he came out and said that Umbra and Penumbra weren't a thing and stuff like that. He actually called it the blurred edges of a shadow. He called them ambient because of ambient light. I'd love to show you that video, but in the meantime, what's his name's Subarat's channel got nuked, so unfortunately, that's not going to be shown here. And then there was the whole thing with Jeranism. Nova. Get your ass over there. And so, and then obviously anybody who has ever contested what do you call it, shadow size for the moon, having something to do with during the eclipse, having something to do with the actual size of the moon, as opposed to acknowledging Umbra and Penumbra. Hey, yeah.
Oh, hello
there. Sorry, I'm throwing pillows at my dog. My dog to climb on my bed.
It's better than hard, sharp objects, so yeah.
Oh, that's true. But so saying that it's a straw man argument, because that's what he goes on to tell, is he goes on to say that it's a straw man argument that flat earthers have a problem with Umbra and Penumbra. Nova.
I'm just actually trying to see where the ad hom was.
Well, the ad hom, he cut it off a little bit later, and I'll show you the thread in a little while. He cut it off, and he says that because I said you sound childish. Instead of saying makes you sound childish.
Right.
So he decided to get nice and selective with that. And so I had that. And now later on in the thing, I actually did call him. I think I called him a punk bitch. And then I put in parentheses right next to it. I said, that's an ad hom, just to piss him off.
I would have to see the context to make sure that's an ad hom or not. It could just be an insult. There is a difference.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, this right here. Oh, you mean talking about the punk bitch part?
Yeah. I'd have to see it in context, because if it's not, because ad hom is a very specific context. It's where you're saying you're wrong because you're a punk bitch.
Right. No. Well, here I'll show you the context now. Then hold on a second. Comments. Nova. Shut the hell up. Let's see. Where was it? Because the dude just did. Oh, and this is another guy who comes to me with Wikipedia entries. So now he was bringing all these definitions of different fallacies and straw man and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, let's educate him.
Yeah. Well, here's an education piece. Watch this. Watch. Wikipedia. Earth. Okay.
Oh, that page doesn't exist to flat earthers.
Okay. Anytime you come to me with Wikipedia, I am going to basically end the discussion, and I'm going to send you this link. Not because I have any kind of problem with Wikipedia, but if you are going to use something as your source of information, then you need to accept the whole source, period. So, and let's see, that was Apollo 17, various things about Earth, and this is evolution. Well, excuse me. Yeah, well, that is evolution, yeah. And shape of the Earth, and distance between the surf and the relief, the geocenter, et cetera, et cetera. If you're going to come to me with that, and then, oh yeah, and by the way, my 250 proofs of the Earth being a globe. So, just don't come to me with Wikipedia. But let me show you that thing that I wanted to show you. Where did I put that? The thread was kind of long. Hold on. Where did I say it? Oh, and he tried to come at me with faulty generalization fallacy. Okay. He tried to come to me with that because of the fact that it is generally stated that the sun rays from the sun to the earth, by the time they hit the earth, they're running parallel. It's a generalization. Okay, they are actually not 100% parallel. They are off by about a quarter or half a degree.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? So he comes to me with faulty generalization. I was just like, "Are you serious?" Where was it? Where did I put it? Oh yeah, and because I said something's fucking hysterical, he seems to think that he had me my feathers ruffled because I use profanity. Oh.
Do you happen to have calipers, by the way?
Calipers?
Yeah. Engineer's measuring tool.
Oh, a micrometer, you mean? Yeah, I do.
I call them calipers.
Oh, okay.
That's the state's thing.
Could be.
How about you set up a test about exactly how unparalleled the sun's rays are?
Well, but then that's their whole argument, is that because of the fact that they aren't actually parallel, then science is lying.
Yeah, but it'd be a good way to show them how far away from parallel they actually are, which is not a lot. I'm sorry, but half a degree is not a lot.
Here was the comment. He says, "You said you sound childish. Grow up." This was his quote mine. Okay, which is it was up here, one of these. But he said, "That is an ad hominem," and I said, "I like how you omitted again the word makes from your quote mine. You do realize that when somebody reads this thread, it will be quite obvious that you're distorting my comment. What do you call it? You do get that, right?" And I said, "Get over yourself. Not to mention your entire video is an attack on the character of Eratosthenes." What do you call it? Because he was always talking about ad homs and attacking character and stuff like that. And then I said, "Oh, Wikipedia links? Excellent. Here." And then there it is. I put in Earth. And then I said, "And this." And I put in a link to Eratosthenes. And what do you call it? And I said, "Now quit being a little bitch." And then I put on, "That's an ad hom." And address the obvious distortion of the facts in your video. Okay, so yeah. I even made sure I spelled it out for him that it's an ad hom. And yes, I do realize there's some people on mobile devices. No, I'm not going to zoom in on the screen, so it's just I'm just reading it out loud. But nevertheless, so there's two folks trying to come at me about ad homs. Okay, one guy calls me a glober with a false argument. Okay, well, if you come to me with that, well then pretty much the gloves are off. And what do you call it? And then this guy here, quote mining my stuff. Get over it, man. Really. But circling back to the You Want Curvature video. This is that other guy, the one that says typical baller, want to start with a false argument. He actually made a claim here. And Sean, you and I are going to remember this claim because we did this probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago. Okay. First he says more ad hominem bullshit, and then he goes, "It's all you have to do is make a video. Then genius, show me you spinning a globe Earth 360 degrees and landing on the same spot. That's 2 full rotations at the same altitude." Are you familiar with this one? He worded it weird. Okay, because actually what he did here in this one post is he completely contradicted his own claim. Okay, and basically destroyed it at the same time. Now, what this claim is, and I'm going to show it here. This will become very familiar to you very quickly. Okay, what this claim is if you take Google Earth, this is somehow some kind of proof that Google Earth is lying to us. Okay, and how it's fictitious in some way. If you take Google Earth, right, and you reach all the way over here, and you grab it and turn it to one side, okay, and then you grab it and turn it again, you don't land back at the same spot that you were.
Well, it's because you're not seeing the full 50% of the sphere.
Right. It's a basic geometry thing. However, they claim that that in somehow is some kind of CGI trickery to hide the
Oh,
fact that this is a flat Earth model, and it's not actually a globe.
oh God! People get this wrong with Himawari 8 as well because it's 22,000 miles above the surface.
Right.
It's only seeing like 47% of the sphere, 48%.
Now, if I were to go back to his claim, right? His claim is Nova. His claim is all you have to do is make a video, then genius. Show me you spinning the Google Earth 360 degrees and landing on the same spots. That's 2 full rotations at the same altitude. Now, the 2 full rotations, I mean, those of you who might not understand what he's saying there is actually what I just showed you, was grab it end to end and move it from side to side. And what do you call it? However,
do me a favor. Put it so it's looking down at the North Pole or looking up at the South Pole.
Oh no, that's coming. That's coming.
Okay.
That's coming. I kind of wound this together with another troll. What do you call it? First of all, doing what I just showed, which is what their claim is grabbing, the Earth from one side and moving it to the other, like that. They're claiming now he misworded that as calling it 2 full rotations. Actually, what he means is 2 full, swipes in front of you. Okay. You are not seeing the whole sphere.
No.
Okay, because of basic geometry.
What's the listed altitude for that, by the way?
Altitude I have right now is looks like 18,000 kilometers.
Oh, good Lord.
Now, I mean, like I said, this can be done at any height.
Right.
This is the same thing. But now, because of this, now I don't back away from comments like that. So I offered this. First of all, I commented on him saying more ad hominem bullshit, and I said if you come to me with typical baller, come at me with typical baller, and yeah, the level at which I take you seriously kind of goes down. And then he says, make a video, genius. This is where I called him. I said that he goes, make a video then, genius. Show me how that you spin the Google Earth 360 degrees, landing on the same spots. And I said, interesting, because that is not take Google Earth and spin it 2 consecutive times, as you stated before. So pick one. Now, if you spin a sphere 360 degrees, you will end up at
the same spot.
Right. Because that is actually, regardless of your viewpoint on it, you have rotated it 360 degrees. Okay. Meaning that if I were to start view grid, if I were to start here at 90 degrees west, if I rotate this 360 degrees, you can count them if you want to, I come back to 90 degrees west. That's 360 degrees. That is the most stupid argument. And this came out actually, this was actually about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. We did this as part of a quick little part in a hangout. But what do you call it? And that's all it is. So it's just like absolutely hysterical. And what do you call it? So he actually contradicted his own claim, rotated 360 degrees, which is what I just showed you, or do the 2 swipe thing, which you claim must be 180 degree and 180 degree.
I wouldn't say that's contradictory to his claim. I'm just saying that's just lack of internal thinking. He didn't think before he spoke.
Lack of anything. But what do you call it? Stop it. Hey. She's mad. Sorry. But let me give it to you like this. Okay. This is a sphere, or in this case, it's a circle. And this is also going to play into another bit here. Now, let's say this is your point of view. You can do this from any altitude.
Why is your screen like a weird resolution?
What do you mean?
Well, you got your little circle over there. It's like almost cut off at the halfway line on my screen.
You might want to fix your screen.
It shouldn't be on my end.
I see it full on mine.
Oh, okay.
In the Hangout window, I see it. Okay. But if this is you, okay, now no matter what altitude you are away from this circle, okay, your line of sight is going to end right about here. If you're closer, it ends closer towards the equator. If you move further away, it moves farther out, but you are never ever, unless your pupil is the same size as the object that you are looking at, you are never ever going to see the full 180-degree hemisphere of the circle that you're looking at, ever. Period. So you're only going to see up to about in this diagram right here, you're only going to see to here. So it's pretty easy, man. Now then I had another one. This one was actually a couple of weeks ago. He showed up on this guy's video. Okay, the video where what's his name now? Flat Earth Doctrine. Because he didn't delete his channel like he said he was going to. He actually just changed the name. And so in defense of him, he comes in here and starts talking all kinds of shit. And what do you call it? But at one point, he comes to me and he links me the image of Earth from the Epic camera on the Discoverer satellite. Now, there was a little exchange beforehand, and here he said there was no pictures of the North Pole or the South Pole from satellites, and I gave him a composite of the North Pole and and a picture of Antarctica. Now, of course, he didn't like that, and he was just acknowledging the fact that I sent him a composite. And in the South Pole, I didn't see proof of nothing. So actually, you saw proof of everything, because that's I didn't see proof of nothing, which means you saw something. But he says in the article I sent you, that is the only full image of Earth, and it looks like South America should be touching Antarctica. And it says that it uses bands of images. Now, when you read bands of images, what do you think he's trying to say?
I think he's talking about the different wavelengths that it's using, because the Epic records in multiple wavelengths, sequentially.
Wow, you got that better than I did, because the first time I heard him say it, I thought he was talking about bands as in like bands of photographs, like for a composite.
Well, I just know how the Epic camera works.
Well, no, but I mean, I just never. I know it photographs in 3 colors, and but I just never heard it say bands. But nevertheless, it says they use bands of images. So he says NASA is using CGI. Just look at what you are seeing.
Oh, good Lord.
So this was the page that he linked me, and it had the enhanced color image and the natural color image. Now, what his complaint is that South America is just so damn low, it looks like it falls underneath the bottom. Now, he's taking this as if this is shot over the equator.
Oh my God!
Which it's not. It's actually over longitude and latitude just south of Central America. Okay, not even close to. Well, not really close to the equator. So his thing is that what do you call it? It looks like South America should be touching Antarctica. Now, I didn't even know where to go with that, because it was so hysterical. And because it comes down to, again, the same geometry I just showed. Okay. And then the bands of images. Now you caught it. But he says finally a procedure that has been applied to 3 epic bands, the blue, the green, and the red, to produce a color image. Okay. That's just 3 phases of, 3 photographs that are taken in 3 different colors and then overlaid on top of each other. That's all. And they do that so that they can make enhanced images, because they can actually enhance or
let me explain this.
Yeah.
Monochrome sensors pick up much more detail, because they're not sharing or they're not stealing pixels from the other wavelengths.
Right.
It literally triples your resolution of a picture to use all of the pixels on the sensor for the same color. So they just alter what the sensors are picking up by changing what wavelength they're detecting. That's all it is. It gets much higher resolution images. It's not dividing them by 3. Well, if you're using, what's it called? The not raster. There's one that starts with a B.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name either.
It's one of the sensor things that starts with a B. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it actually uses like red, blue, green, and green, or something like that. But yeah, if you're doing a monochrome image, you're going to have higher or sharper images, much sharper images, and you just change the wavelength and you stack them on top of each other, and you have a really beautiful picture.
Right.
That's why most satellites or most space probes photograph in one color at a time.
But
because it's just a resolution thing. It gets them much more detail. It's more bang for your buck.
But like most flat earthers, they consider the fact that because it's three images layered on top of each other, it's CGI. NASA is just using CGI, per his words. So I mean, this is what my trolls bring to me. Okay, now, where to go? Now about the South America thing. Here is a side view of the Earth. Okay, not set to where the Discover is, but just to show this. Okay. Now, if I was directly over the equator, yeah, South America would also still be looking like it's almost touching the bottom.
Yep.
Okay. But even then, it's not showing the whole hemisphere, and it's actually quite a ways above it. So it's going to look like it's going off the bottom of the Earth.
Yeah, Ugly German Trolls got it right. It's the bear masking where they use the 4 different pixel setup.
Oh, okay. And
thank you, Ugly German.
And plus, given his words that he had said that what do you call it? It looks like South America should be touching Antarctica. South America damn near touches Antarctica. So that's not even a claim, man. And and even so on any of the flat Earth maps, it's almost touching Antarctica. So I mean, claiming that as meaning something, I don't really know. It's weird. But now this one was funny. Under my perspective video, one of the most hated videos by flat earthers.
Don't know why.
Because I spelled it out in crayon for you idiots. Now, I have to say that this guy, Mr. Rockets Push Off Air, he's changed his name about 4 or 5 times now. Now I have to give the boy credit for a second. Not because of the fact that I find it particularly interesting that he uses balloons on toy cars in his basement to explain that somehow that rockets push off air, and then just explains that rockets can't work in a vacuum by putting a vacuum cleaner behind it. That was the video just before my first flat earth video that I saw. It was in the recommended videos off of that because his video was something like nerd discovers that rockets don't work in a vacuum.
Hey, I remember that video.
Yeah. And what do you call it? That was the first video that was the video I saw just prior to my first flat earth video. So now, Sean, do me the honors of reading this, please.
Side views don't count. Line of sight in front of the observer is what counts.
Once again, we have another side view denier. Now, I wrote and I said, and what is that side view illustrating, moron? Well, I can say moron because I've had interactions with this boy many times.
Here's the dumb thing. They make theodolite apps for smartphones. All they got to do is get a known size of or known object that they can actually measure the height of and the distance to, and use the theodolite app to actually see what the angle is, and then draw a side view of it and see if it matches.
Oh, but Sean, it gets better. I said, and what's that side view of illustrating, moron? He says, the question is, what is it not illustrating, doofus? He says, look up what line of sight is and angular reduction. You are illustrating your delusions, not what we see or how we see. So according to him, according to him, I said, line of sight and angular size is precisely what is being shown. Not, it's not only, it is only not showing the excuses or imagination. Keep trying, though. In other words, I'm telling him that it is showing exactly angular size and that reduction and line of sight. That's how you put that onto a diagram.
I mean, I actually did this exact test with Jaron saying the same thing about side view.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It matched.
What they're mad about is side views. When you do something in side view and you try and explain something like, oh, I don't know, flat Earth version of perspective, you see that it doesn't make sense. So that's why they have to discount any and all side views of anything. Okay, that's why that's why Oakley hates doing what do you call it, Earth curve calculators, and tries to dismiss them every chance he gets, because he knows that that is actual accurate math and accurate geometry. Okay, mind you, it's a guideline, the 8 inches per mile squared, but nevertheless, the principles in that are sound, and therefore it doesn't show anything bending.
Yeah, but what's funny is my Jaron example,
Mhm.
I did live in a hangout with him and Red. I actually went and did this test live.
So, but and then so what did he come back with? He says side views can't show that, but you're right. You are showing imagination and excuses. So according to him, side views can't show angular size or line of sight.
Oh my God.
Can't show it.
Too bad. Already done it.
And I turned around and what do you call it? I quoted him, side views can't show that. And I said, side views can't illustrate angular size or line of sight. Oh my God, that's hysterical. Because I was literally, I was sitting at my desk and I almost spit my coffee out. Okay. So let's show this once again. This is a side view of somebody, in this particular case, looking at a ball. Okay. You can get an angle out of this. That would get your angular size. Okay. You can say that they are looking here and looking here.
Yep.
That's your line of sight. What's the issue?
Denial. That's the issue.
Yeah. So those were just my most recent bouts with trolls. And I just felt like sharing, because this is telling me that flat Earth is running out of steam. It's not running out of money, but it's running out of steam. And what do you call it? Because if this is all that people can come to me with, okay, Umbra and Penumbra, because of Umbra and Penumbra, Eratosthenes was wrong. Angular size and line of sight can't be drawn in a side view. And what do you call it? And turning Google Earth somehow, I mean, geez, man, if that's all flat earthers got anymore, I mean, it's pretty much job done.
Yeah.
I don't even get the contradictions anymore. I really don't. And what do you call it? So I just felt like sharing all that, and I'll pull this off here. So how you been, Sean?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. I've been all right. I mean, nothing spectacular going on.
Well, I've still been working on that electronics project I told you about, and it's actually making some headway. Oh my God, there's a lot of soldering that I have to do. But what do you call it? I mean, hell, there's a expander shield for an Arduino, however you pronounce it. There's an expander shield for what do you call it, analog inputs, and I had like fucking 300 points I had to solder on the bottom of that thing because it came unassembled.
Jeez.
That sucked, and that in the heat. So, oh yeah. But no, and so I've been doing that. Work's been a little bit tough. I've been having a couple of car problems recently, and so I haven't had a whole lot of time to sit down and do videos or do hangouts. But Oh yeah, you
Yeah, I
get
guess.
time and you do some little things like this. It's kind of fun.
Oh man.
And on your front, any new folks coming at you and harassing you?
Not really.
No.
They're avoiding my channel like the plague for now for some reason.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
I don't know why. I mean, you put out much more experimental stuff than I do. Yeah, I've got the experiments that I've run, but you're doing it much more. You got the modeling thing, so I don't know why they're not avoiding you like the plague. They really should be at this point.
Well, like I said, all I get are the trolls. You know, the trolls who have really done basically nothing. Now, to his credit, what do you call it? Rockets push off air. He did do his little car thing in his basement with the vacuum cleaner. I guess I can give him that. But I haven't looked at his channel in forever, so I don't know if he's done anything else since then. But no, see, flat earthers don't come to me with experiments because they know I'll model it out, I'll draw it out, I'll even do a live scale, live small scale on it, and none of their shit adds up. Okay, Oakley's afraid of me because he knows that I can pull out all of his bullshit. Okay. I never hear from Skiba anymore after Skiba proved the globe by bending Lake Erie. Um, Jeranism, he specifically says that he doesn't like me anymore. And Bob keeps putting his fucking foot in his mouth. He still hasn't shown his calculations for perspective. Um, and I mean, flat earthers, I don't want to sound egotistical or something like that because I don't have an ego to protect here, but flat earthers are afraid of me. They know because I mean, like I said, you got people like Red or somebody like that, or even Geo, who will actually talk to the flat earthers. Now, Reds and Geo is completely different when it comes to how they talk to them, but I don't give them anywhere to go, so I'm not in that sense entertaining. You know?
Well, that's the one bad thing about the Reds Rhetoric Hangouts. I love being there,
Yeah.
but the bad thing is I'm the type that tries to keep somebody locked onto a point. And if we got 4 or 5 people in there, and I get the flat earther stuck on something, somebody else come in just out of the blue and change the subject, and it really ticks me off when that happens.
Yeah, no, that pisses me off as well. That's why I limit the people who I bring into here, because it seems like both you and Geo understand that.
Yeah, I'm a real feet to the fire kind of person,
Yeah.
and it really pisses me off when people side rail it.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I mean, I can't hold people back from their questions and their opinions and their show me this and show me that. But I mean, if you keep it on subject, man, you could just uh, and speaking of keeping it on subject and trolls, remember when Jaron actually came to my channel and what do you call it, and was trying to, what was he? Oh, that's right. We had busted him out on a couple of lies, and we hadn't shown him the proof yet, even though he knew it existed anyway.
Yep.
And what do you call it? And Jaron turned around and he said that he opened up his video about me. He says Sly Sparkane thinks this is real, and he pulled out some '60s video of, I don't remember what it was. What do you call it? I think it was some kind of docking procedure or something like that. And now I have no dog in the fight of the authenticity of that particular video. Okay, that particular piece of footage. I mean, I really don't have one. But at the same time, he turns around, he says, Sly says this is real. Actually said those words. Sly says this is real. And I was like, well, you show me where I said that ever, and I'll delete my channel right now. Do you think he did?
Nope.
And then on top of that, to the first Flat Earth conference, yes, my name was mentioned on stage. What do you call it? At the first Flat Earth conference, Jaron sat up there, and by completely trying to sidetrack anything that was being discussed, bringing up this footage, this '60s footage of some kind of a docking procedure, he actually used that as his caveat for, we need to keep these guys on subject. And if y'all don't believe me, there's enough people out there who did a mirror copy of the of Jeranism's speech. It was like right around in the middle of it and stuff like that, where he actually, he actually said that I wasn't keeping on topic because he brought up some bullshit and wouldn't answer to the claims that were actually being made. Which in the following video, what do you call it? The video called "Jared Called Me a Liar." That was when Sean and I put together. Actually, Sean did a lot of the work, or he had a lot of the clips, but I put together a video basically backing up all the words that we had said, and Jaron didn't like that at all.
Did he ever retract that video or give an apology?
Well, let's find out.
I'm willing to bet no.
I'm kind of leaning on the no part, but let me find out. I don't really know. Let's see here. Jeranism. Oh well, actually, you know what? I could actually Google search that and probably find it faster. Let's see, Jeranism. Oh yeah, no, that was the one with the big red screen, right? Sparkane, Hufford, can't honest. I think that's what it was actually called. Yeah, here. Well, let's see. There's the thumbnail for it. Oh, Freedom Rings News. Huh? Who the hell is that? Okay, Love and Marriage. Yeah, sure. I hate these mirror YouTube sites.
Right.
Well,
I actually got one shut down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Sammy Anderson channel that stole like 80 of my videos, 80 of somebody else's, and 100 and something of somebody else's.
Oh really?
I finally batch copyright striked him because he literally stole all my videos, monetized them,
right?
And yeah, didn't pass off credit. He claimed them as his own. So yeah, his channel's gone.
Let's see. Oops, no, that's not it. Videos. This was the video that he kept on. He called me Sparkadillian or something like that, and he kept on calling you Sean Stuffblurred.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sorry if you got to play with my name. I understand everybody calls Jeranism Jism, and all.
At least Riley said Gifford, which is a good play on words because Gifford is some kind of an insult over in UK.
Yeah, but the what do you call it? Oops. The oh, she's cute. The yeah, this is when he tried to let's bring up the points that he wrote out. This video is my last mention of the two liars, before we were part of the scum of the universe and we worship pedophiles. Oh wait, no, that was me, Daz, and Wolfie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. This video is my last mention of the two liars that continue to lie about me with every word they speak. The recent lie, the recent lie Sparkane hangout, where he had Sean Stuffblurred, join him, was over the top ridiculous. First, they said we stole $25,000 from our subs. Actually, did we say stole?
No.
We said crowdfunded and bought that gyro, and then probably we're going to sell the gyro. Has anybody seen that gyro since then?
Seventh Day True Seeker has posted many unlisted videos about it, but nobody's ever actually seen it, so to speak.
Okay,
but they don't test it anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody does. So it's, I mean, I'm saying because I don't know. Has anybody actually seen the gyro since then?
Harry Warp says Bob has it now. I've got nothing to confirm or deny that. Last I knew, it was still in the possession of Seventh Day True Seeker.
Okay. Well, nevertheless, I just found it kind of curious that for a long time we never even heard from it anymore, which kind of lent.
Harry Warp says Nathan live streamed a video of Bob using it. Get us a watch page for that.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that with a timestamp. What do you call it? Because I don't feel like listening to Nathan for any period of time.
Right.
Let's see. what do you call it? Stole $25,000 from our subs, and then Sean said, "My test will now have only 2 posts," which he stated it was only going to have 2 posts.
Yeah.
And we, I mean, all this, I played all this out, in their own words, not our words.
And he later changed the 2 posts to 2 boards.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this isn't stuff that when I made that video, Jaron called me a liar. None of that was me and Sean speaking at all. Okay, none of it was as far as legitimizing the claims. None of it was. This was all their words. This is Bob and Jaron shit. And them actually saying it. And it's so easy to call these fuckers out because they put all their stuff public, and then they turn around and delete it like nobody saw it. Let's see. Overall, these clowns are desperate fools to have to lie about me to such a degree. They are pathetic and should not expect any answer from me, even though he answered. And by the way, what do you call it? He made a video, so not expecting an answer from you. Anyway, when they invite me to a hangout or make more lying accusations, yeah, he ran from us proving every word that we said.
Yep.
That's why Jaron doesn't like me. That's why Jaron almost never mentions my name and shit like that, is because, like I said, I don't come at you with the entertainment value. I come at you with the experiments and the facts.
Yeah, see, that's why my channel's only got 3,000 subs. I'm not there for entertainment, except for my parodies. Those are for entertainment.
Those are fun. But you got even the day that what's his name, Jaron turned around and said that he didn't want to redo the Eratosthenes experiment because of the fact that he thought that it wasted people's time, because if you put globe math into a globe experiment, you'll get the globe result.
Oh my God.
In other words, if you use geometry correctly and do the Eratosthenes experiment, you'll get the globe. Thank you.
We already know what the results are, so we don't need to do it.
Yeah. And then yep. But then he turns around and what do you call it? And then beats on who was it? Kozlowski, right? Jesse?
Yep.
Yeah. Beats on Jesse because Jesse says that he doesn't see a reason for retesting established facts, and Jaron didn't like that. Jaron turned around and says, "No, we need to retest everything. Just because somebody said that it was done doesn't mean that we can't retest it to verify it."
Hold on.
So oh God, I mean the contradictions out of these yahoos. And then I especially, me personally, I love seeing, the various members of Globebusters being in any way associated with Nathan Oakley.
Just a second. Harry Warp just sent me a video clip.
Okay.
Is that Bob? Come on. Go on camera. I got an over-the-shoulder view, so I don't know if it's Bob or not. That is Bob. That is his voice. Yep, that's Bob. And that is Bob using the fiber optic gyro.
Okay, hold on a second. Is there a timestamp on it though?
I've got the actual clip.
Well, no, I've got it too. Yes, I'm seeing a false horizon being used.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hear Bob in the background there.
Well, that's him on camera right there. I got it on screen.
Oh. Hold on a second. Well, screw it. I already got my stuff up and I got a better frame than you. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, it would help if I turn my shit on, huh? There we go.
That's Nathan Thompson, by the way.
Okay. Now, you're not going to get any audio here, guys, so forgive me for that.
Right, not on my end either.
But that's Bob, isn't it?
Yeah, Bob's on the right. Nathan's off camera to the left.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So this is the gyro then?
Yeah, he's sitting there talking about how it's just sitting there, but all the axes are moving.
Yeah.
No, that's not Nathan Thompson. Who's that?
I don't know. Right.
Hmm. Thank you,
Okay.
Harry, for that, by the way.
He says it's just sitting here, but all the axes are moving.
Yep.
Bob's
Now,
accuracy.
for the people who like to claim, like Bob and Anthony, who love to say, well, it's picking up the motion of the stars, that is an enclosed box. It's not seeing anything on the outside.
Right. It has no influence whatsoever from anything external, whether it be regardless of what it is.
Now,
It has
mind you,
no.
it's an enclosed box. They are inside a house during the day. So it's not picking up the rotation of the stars, for fuck's sake.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear this last part here.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is Nathan Thompson.
He's acknowledging the fact that what do you call it? That you have motion on roll, pitch, and yaw because you would. It's not going to pick up just roll.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on a G drive.
Oh fuck that! He's got it in the in the chat there.
Oh, that's true. So anybody who wants to see this, that wants to hear the audio for it, go ahead and click that link that Harry gave us and download it yourself. It's a very small video file.
Spread it out. spread that everywhere.
Yeah, it's only 4.5 megs. So go ahead and download that. Yeah, I mean this is badass.
Hold on.
In fact, why don't you put that in the description?
Wait. I gotta get this quote. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta get this quote. He says this is the reason why I know it's ether, because if it was Earth rotation, it would basically be on one axis. Now he didn't
Oh,
say
God.
basically on one axis, but he's kind of fumbling around his words there. It should only be rotating on one axis, without realizing the fact that the Earth is three-dimensional and you are on its exterior. So therefore, you are going to get movement on all axes.
I'm going to copy the link and paste in the chat a few times.
So according to him, the ether goes on all axes.
Wow, that's a 260. How did you link a 260? Jeez. Okay, so Harry's the one doing the link here.
Okay, what link are we looking at now?
Well, people in the chat are asking for the link to the video that Harry gave us.
Okay.
And I was going to paste it, but it's a 260 character link, so I don't know how he put it in there.
Oh. Seemed to have worked though.
Yeah, so yeah, keep pasting that a few times there, Harry. If it goes to spam, we'll approve it. So everybody grab that and download it for yourself and listen to the back pedal.
He's saying because the ether's moving in a vortex.
A toroidal vortex.
And I guess it just happens to be positioned right above his desk there.
And like I've said many times, and Gio's just reasserted, if he actually polar aligns that, it'll only show rotation on a single axis.
This is so funny.
So yeah, Bob, now that you actually have the fog in your possession, go ahead and align one of them with your latitude, so it's polar aligned, and
Oh,
then
man.
see what happens with all three axes or axes.
Line it up like a equatorial mount.
Well, that's exactly what it does. That's why I said polar align it.
Yeah, line it up like a equatorial mount. That thing that you just kind of figure works on flat Earth. Oh, I'm gonna have to transcribe this out. Oh, jeez. Well, at least I'm happy to say now. Really, that thing's $20,000. What do you call it?
Thank you very, very much, Harry, for this.
Yeah, thank you, Harry.
Yeah, big pat on the back for this one. Thank
I
you.
owe you a virtual beer. The the honest thing here, as a matter of fact, everybody put a whole lot of bacon in my chat for Harry for getting this for us. The this at least answers the question because I've never actually said that they got rid of the gyro. I just thought it was kind of funny that it just kind of disappeared from sight. Such a valuable piece of equipment that could be used for so many studies, you know, and yet it just kind of disappeared for months, you know. So no, I'm gonna have to transcribe this.
Bacon.
So the ether is a vortex above my ring laser gyro. Cool. And somehow still affecting all of the axes. Yeah.
So for Anthony, we can now say that Bob has directly done this test.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Remember how he was running around saying that he didn't do it?
What, Harry? When did this happen? Because this is totally new to me because I don't watch Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, and I find it kind of odd that no Oakleyites came to my channel to talk about it.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah. I wonder why. Probably because it makes sense that you are actually reading the rotation of the Earth with that thing.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is because it is kind of important because it wasn't that long ago that Anthony said that, Bob's never done this test. Stop saying he's done this test. Well, now we can say that he has. I just want to find out when.
Well, Bob kept on hollering after all that got brought up. Bob kept on hollering that that it wasn't him; it was somebody else who did the tests, and he was just echoing the results and all that.
Apparently, it was 9 a.m. Pacific today.
Today?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, guess what, Bob? It's official. You've done the test.
Yes. Yes, you have.
I see your hands on the device.
And you've confirmed the measurements of drift. You're coming up with some BS excuses to what's causing it, but you've measured it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, this is just silly, man. Oops, I'm getting beat up in the back chat here. Here's a fun fact. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need to copy that link and put it in the description so people can grab it easier.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me scroll back up here. Let's see, copy link address. And then, so for anybody who's watching this or anybody who's currently listening, I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat. Let's see. Live events and edit. Please let me edit it. Thank you. Bob versus the Gyro.
Gyro 1, Bob 0.
Holy shit, that's a ginormous link. You're right, man.
Yeah, it's when you copy it, it's 260 characters. I'm not sure why. Right. I think it's because he's got the link piping through Discord, and when you actually click on it, it actually pulls up the full length.
Okay. So I just put that link also below in the description of the video. So anybody who wants it from there can go ahead and get it. This was out today, huh? Har.
Link's going in the description. Where's Wally?
Yep. And if you actually touch base with Wolfie, you can tell him also to look in the live chat because it's up there a couple of times. And if Wolfie personally needs it and stuff like that, he can feel free to write me. He has my email address.
Same.
I will even send the damn thing to him. Plus, Wolfie will like it, because it's got a false horizon on the thing. So.
And actually, just to make things simpler, I am going to put that on a G drive just so the link is definitely doable.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's not 260 characters.
Let's see.
Copy?
Yeah. So, that's a new event.
Where did it go?
Now, if this was broadcast today, that doesn't mean it actually happened today, though.
Right. Well, they said they did it live, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just putting that caveat there, because I don't hear any interaction between like him, between like Bob and Oakley or something like that. So it could actually just be a playback.
Okay, put it in that chat, and here's the link to my G drive, which now has permanent access to this video for any who want it. There you go.
Go get it, guys.
So if you want to put that in the description, make it a little bit simpler so people don't have to worry about getting buzzed with a long link.
Okay, let's see. Copy link address. Same. I'll just put source.
And this is true. Nathan is no longer at Bob's, so this wasn't live streamed. This was actually recorded and then probably given to Oakley.
Right. And plus, wasn't it Dearth and Jaren and Morgile and Bob who called Riley's show the Jerry Springer of Flat Earth?
The Oakley show, yeah.
Yeah, and that they couldn't stand it, they despised it.
Yep.
Isn't that funny how they did, in the search for friends after fucking up so much, they find Riley or Oakley and hire Riley.
Yeah.
I mean, man, talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel.
The Patty Steer thing is old news. She quit because flurfers were giving her shit. Being friendly to her face and stabbing her in the back, the norm.
Yeah.
So
that false pretense of thinking that the enemy of my enemy is my friend, when it's not ever. The enemy of your enemy is just the enemy of your enemy. They have their own motives and reasons for doing that. They're not your teammate.
Oh, because of the flack she was getting, she just literally deleted everything. Yeah. There's nothing spectacular. It happens.
Yep. Not the first one, won't be the last.
It's shitty what they were doing, but what do you expect from a flurfer?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, nobody should condone trashing other people and stuff like that unless you bring it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, just openly trashing other people, that's not right. That's why I never jumped on board with the whole, she's a man and all this other bullshit. No, I had my own interaction with her twice. And the second time, the first time she pretty much supported my claim. And then the second time she, which was about flat earthers do this for money. And then the second time that I talked to her, she muted me off her channel because she said, what do you call it? Because it's a flat earth channel, not a discussion channel. Which I thought was particularly amusing. Because the next day that same day she had Riley on.
Jeez. Now I've stuck out of the whole transgender accusations until earlier this year when it cropped back up, and I was just tired of hearing it, so I made a little Always a Woman parody for Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah, poor Antonio. He really got the short straw on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a little butthurt about it, so he spammed my video with a copy-paste comment like 30 times.
Yeah, I remember those pictures of Steer sitting next to Antonio on the couch, and she just looked so rough. I mean, it was the photograph of when you pay for a trip to Europe but go cheap on the hotel.
Yep.
I mean, that was the look on her face. It was just like, oh, and Antonio's sitting there with this big ass grin on his face, and I was just like, "Oh, this is so bad." Oh, shit! I'm being greeted. Get out. There you go. All right, babe.
So how have you been, man? It's been like 12 days since we talked.
Me personally, like I said, doing all right, but had a lot of stress with my car recently, and as summer comes along, and what do you call it? But just things kind of picked up in a lot of different directions. What do you call it? One of my kids is about to graduate high school,
Nice.
so that's obviously occupying a bit of my time.
The indoctrination is complete.
But and oddly enough that you say that, because he's like my partner in crime. He was the one who was helping me with the experiment out there in Boog and stuff. So that was cool. And I mean, just lot going on. Sometimes life just personal life obviously trumps my flat Earth YouTube channel.
Right.
So,
Same here. That's why I haven't done anything in a while.
Mhm.
So the car stress was that broken leaf springs from having like 800 kilos of water in your trunk.
It wasn't 800. It was only about 90 kilos. But what do you call it? No, that ultimately blew out that tire. But no, I had I've had an interesting go around with now my second radiator
Oh, geez.
inside of a year, and which is no fun during the summertime, because it turns every ride into a you're a nervous wreck that something's going to go wrong, and every time that needle moves just a little bit, it just really sucks. So, but yeah, the apple did fall pretty close, man. And
Okay. Just for clarity, since I've been told twice now that BMWs have coil springs and not leaf springs, I don't know shit about cars. I just know that some use leaf springs, some use coils. I had a 50-50 shot, but I know a dick about cars.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty good with cars, but that doesn't mean cars are always pretty good with me. You know what I mean? And so I've been having that, and actually today at work I did a complete and total swap of my coolant at work in the parking lot, and that was an interesting moment. But it's just dealing with all that, and like I said, and working on this patent. I want to get this patent out of the way. I want this actually to become a product and become something that can that hits the market to help out the people who are enthusiastic about the same kind of other hobbies that I have. And so I want to make that as right as it can be, so when I pitch it to a couple of companies, it actually does go somewhere.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
you
hopefully
know,
you make millions off of it.
nah, this product won't make millions, but it will make a decent amount of money, given the given what I perceive as it fulfilling a need in the hobby that I love. So
Well, then I hope you make tens of dollars out of it.
I will I will definitely make tens and tens of dollars out of this. And if not, I'll end up with a prototype here and a patent that nobody wants, but I'm happy because it fulfilled a need that I have with RC. So a beta tester. Well, I don't know. You into RC there, Jen? See, I need people who are just like stupid crazy into radio controlled robotics and models and stuff like that. Not just planes and cars and boats, but people who build wacky shit. Oh, okay. Well, she says yep. Well, then I'll keep you in mind as soon as I get this put together, because it's yeah. I personally believe it fulfills a need, and people say that when you invent something, or at least when you come up with an idea, if you and one other people like it, then there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people who might like it. So we'll see what's up with that.
The world's a funny place.
Nine Deca, cool. Hmm. Mustangs still use leaf springs. you
I
guys,
have no idea.
you
Again,
guys,
I know
you,
dick about cars. I had a 50-50 shot.
you guys in these leaf springs. But no, but ultimately, all I wanted to show tonight, because I kind of want to wind this up a little bit. Ultimately, what I wanted to show tonight was uh, flat Earth is losing steam. The only trolls that come to my channel, they come with the weakest arguments, the rewarmed, refried bullshit, um, echoed just because somebody brought it up in some hangout somewhere, or they watched some old ass proof and didn't realize how many times it's actually been. Mind you, I'm not going to say explained to them. I'm going to say proven wrong, because a lot of flat earthers like to come to my channel and they claim, "Oh, that stuff was debunked before," when actually no, somebody just said it was debunked.
Right.
Okay, we had that with what was it, Flat Earth Aussie Jesus the other night. The very first question, and the only question I really wanted to ask him, because he had said that my Eratosthenes redo was debunked like a long time ago, and I said where, and he didn't provide an answer to that, and so I get so tired of that. Oh, Jordan, thanks, buddy. I got 50 secs.
Geo said the only thing that's losing steam is your 3 series.
Oh, you know what, Gio? Like me chamaste. I'm trying my best to keep my car together. My poor big green hoopty, and what do you call it? And it gets me to work every day, albeit a little bit nervously, but it gets there fast. So, and I will say faster than your car. So,
Okay, well, I'm going to go make
my
coffee.
tires stay together.
I'm going to go make coffee and make a stop to the bathroom. So I'm going to go ahead and bust out of here since you're winding it down anyway.
Yep.
So I'll just say, make a bye here. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. Thanks, Sly, for having me on, and it's good to hear from you again.
Oh yeah.
Never do that enough.
Well, I got a bunch more stuff. Quickie 6 is coming out, and what do you call it? I'm going to be. We're in summertime right now, so doing the second bendy water test is not going to happen until it cools back off. It's just too hot right now, and not hot as in temperature being unruly for the day, but actually because of the test's requirements. And ever considered an aluminum tanked radiator? No.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
All right, Sean. Thanks for stopping by, bud. So, ladies and gents, that's pretty much all I had for this evening. Bob is acknowledging rotation of the Earth again, this time in a video. He's calling it ether that's coming in all directions, somehow like a vortex that happens to be centered above, I guess, in some way above his gyro. I'm not 100% sure of that. I'm going to be transcribing this video, and then I'll have that out for you guys. Down the bottom of this, in the description below, there is solstice plans. No, I haven't made any yet. But well, shit, that's only like 2 days away, 3 days away. So all I can say is happy solstice to those who are going to be going out and having fun with that. And yeah, more stuff's on the way. It's just like I said, life's been my kids are important to me, and obviously getting to work alive is important to me. So there's just been a couple of things going on, but more stuff is on the way. So, ladies and gents, I want to thank you all for stopping by, and check out the links below. Grab a copy of that video, and y'all have yourselves a nice night.